What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Toy Talk. That's right. It's Monday, January 9th, 2023. It's good to be here. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Toy Father. With me, as always, we got. Did I point the right way? Yeah. Cox Create. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Hello, world.
Your hairstyle is looking stellar today. You put some product in that? Looks like it.
Never.
All right. Well, then you got some. I don't know. You got to wash it or something. It looks great though. Down there we got Toy Addict. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
What is that? A koozie? A Batman koozie, or is that a Batman mug?
These are This is one of those like dollar cups they sell at Walmart.
Yeah.
I used to buy the turtle one.
I used to buy these for my kids a lot, so I just we have a bunch of these out here.
Well, that's awesome. Well, what have you guys been up to? How's the week? How's the weekend?
Good. Celebrated my birthday on Friday, Saturday.
What? It was your birthday?
Yeah, and you sons of bitches didn't say a fucking word.
Well, how was I supposed to know?
Well, happy belated birthday, man.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, it doesn't mean anything now.
Shit.
Ah, damn, man.
Damn.
You're pretty harsh on your friends for not for you. You've mentioned your. I mean, how long have we known each other? I probably should have your birthday in my calendar.
Yours is in April, isn't it?
September. But thanks, dude.
Shit. Well, Josh, I get a pass, right?
I just had my birthday 3 months ago. It's okay.
But see, like we get lazy with birthdays because we have social media to remind us now.
Yeah.
So like I don't remember either, except for like the people that live with me. You know.
I mean, I think I only have Facebook is the only thing that reminds me, but I'm hardly on Facebook. So I put it in my calendars to make sure, my phone calendars to make sure it can give me reminders.
What was the actual day? What was the day?
The 6th?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, happy belated, man. I'm sorry.
I should know that because my daughter's the 5th. Because I remember you telling me that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm on the 17th this month.
Yeah, I got that.
Wait, yours is the 17th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I knew that somebody else was in January. I thought it was Santi though.
No, I don't know. I think his was recently. I want to say it was. I want to say it was in August or something like that.
And I'm finally over the hill. I turned 50.
No, you didn't. You're younger than I am.
How old are you, Chris? 94?
BC. 94 BC.
Yeah. He's like, I remember that Jesus guy.
We used to collect toys together.
I put both of you in my calendar just now, so I can be reminded when Danny's birthday is and when Josh's birthday is. Oh man, happy birthday! Did you do anything special then? What do you do what's your birthday ritual?
We went to the mall. I got that ET and that new the Golden Angel Predator or whatever.
That's why your wife got it for you. Got it.
So I got those, and then she took me to Red Lobster.
We don't have a Red Lobster near us at all, but there are all these commercials for it. Is it as wonderful as I think it is?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that special.
Oh, really?
I mean, the lobster's live. They cook it right there.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's fresh.
That's as fresh as you're going to get in Colorado.
True. I mean, are the prices good?
I mean, it was me, her, and my son, and it was $150 with tip.
That's not bad.
It's not bad
for lobster.
Oh, dude, I got lobster stuffed mashed potatoes.
Oh darn, that sounds real good.
It was.
Danny, what was up with you, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I was telling you guys earlier, I had somebody come over, a buddy of mine come over and buy some figures from me. I've been trying to make space. eBay's not working, Facebook's not working, nothing's working. Nobody will touch the hot toys, so unfortunately, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with those. But just trying to make space. I've been chilling,
Yeah.
working. Yeah, just taking pictures. That's it. Enjoying myself.
Yeah, you got a Toy Pick community pickup on for the top 10 Friday. So
Yeah,
go check out Toy Pick community. Vote for Danny's sod cutter picture. It looks incredible. Oh, Cox 3 got his Spider-Man from Grown Ass Men. I can't believe you won that. That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
I don't ever win shit either. But yeah, I wanted to shout them out. Grown Ass Men Toys on Instagram. Check them out. Follow them.
They're great.
Do
They're awesome.
all that stuff. You know, you can win shit like this.
I can't believe you won that. That's awesome. That's a great.
I never would have bought it for myself either. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's an expensive figure. All right, well, let's go to the chat. Let's check out everyone. D Blake, how you doing, buddy? We got unboxing art in there. We got Path the Collector. What's going on? 88 Figs. What's up, buddy? We got unboxing art dancing and singing, I guess. What do we got? Machu Toys is saying happy birthday to Josh. Realm of Toys is in the house. We got Unworthy Collector. Check out Unworthy Collector. And this reminds me, we got some plugs coming up, but one of the plugs, and if you check out in our description, I put in links for everyone, including our special guest today, Kushimama. So check out the description in terms of where you can follow us and where you can follow them. Unworthy Collector has a podcast. I put the link down there, so check out his podcast. It's excellent. He's a great guy in the community as well. Yeah, and many of you may have noticed we're missing one guy, no showing. He's taking the night off. And that's what's great about our format. One of us can take the night off, and we can still have the toy talk for the night. All right, let's see. What else do we got? We got Collector 425. What's up, Grown Ass Men? That's right. He gave Josh his new Spider-Man. And then we got Adrian, the artist. Awesome. Welcome. All right. Well, it's Toy Talk. We have some plugs up for you. If you have not clicked that subscribe button and you haven't subscribed, please do that right now. That's all we ask. We ask you just click that button. We are about 8 subs away from 200. And Josh, what happens at 200?
We're going to give away some free shit.
We're going to give away some free shit. That's right. We're going to give away some free shit to anyone on Toy Talk that watches us, that is going to be on the show with us, and who subscribes to us. So please click that subscribe button. We got some free shit. One of the free shits is
195. We're only 5 away.
Oh, no way. That's awesome. We got 3 then.
Guys, if we can get that 5 tonight, we might just do that giveaway tonight.
Yeah, let's do it. Follow us.
I got a shit ton of stuff that I need out of my room, please.
Yeah, we want to give away. And
it's not trash stuff either.
It's not. Yeah, Josh sent me a snapshot of it.
I'll give this cookie jar away.
And then Toy X giving his old away.
He's giving his grandma stuff away.
Please just bubble wrap that. So at 200, we're going to give some subs. So subsequently, this is what we're going to try to do. Every 100 subs, we're going to give something away.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
100.
Are we doing 100? No.
Every 200.
Every 200. Sorry, Josh. Every 200, we're giving something away. Sorry, that was false.
I ain't got that much stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, if our goal is 5,000, we'll be giving a lot away. So.
I think we're going to give away every 200 up to 1,000. Then once we hit 1,000, it'll be every 1,000 for a while.
1,000, yeah, exactly. That would be awesome. I would love that. Just another thing, Toy Pick Community Top 10, Toy Daddies, myself, No Chewing, Yimbo reviews everything we do. The top 10 that happened from the previous week, and we're going to be reviewing all the great toy photographers and pictures that are behind the and the people that are behind the camera. We asked them 3 questions just to get to know them. What was your favorite toy growing up? What's the story behind your picture? And what is making you happy in the community right now? We have a great time, and we usually do. Tomorrow we have a new episodes of Toy Daddies releasing on the Toy Pick community page. tomorrow night, and we're going to talk about our top 5. But we did it a different way, where we brought on 10 of our favorite figures for the year, and then we did kind of a draft where we chose and picked our top 5 team. It sounds kind of confusing, but check it out. It'll be a lot of fun, and you'll get to see who is disappointed, who's not disappointed, and who really pissed me off. It was a great show. And I know, Danny, you have something you wanted to plug, right?
Yeah, so things have changed a little bit, so I'm gonna go a different route here.
Okay.
So the initial plug was that I was gonna start a collab called Generations, and what that collab was gonna be about was basically you take somebody in your house, a random person, it could be your wife, it could be your if you're a female toy photographer, take your husband, brother, sister, child, and you let them take a shot and you post it. And that was going to be the collaboration, but I want to really get into that more. So I'm going to pause on that. So, but I know Black and Wednesdays was very popular. People like enjoyed it, and some people have asked me. So for
Bring it back.
I'm bringing back Black and Wednesdays, but I'm bringing it back for the month of February. But it's going to have a twist. It's going to be black and white with a hint of red. So we're going to add black, white, and red. So for the month of February, just because, it's Valentine's Day, red is a popular, and pink a popular color. So I'm going to go with red. So for the month of February, I'm going to bring Black and Wednesdays back. Black and Wednesdays. I totally forgot my own.
Finally.
So I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see everybody's shots. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, that's it.
That's a free thing that Josh wants to give away at 200.
Brand
so
new,
everyone,
unopened.
That's cool.
Tell your mom, tell your sister.
Just subscribe.
All right. Well, hey, our guest has been in the back trying to wait patiently. So let's introduce her. So our next guest has a huge following, easily one of the bigger guests that we have in terms of following. She loves horror toys. She loves all toys. From what I see in her collection, it is vast. I mean, I like to think I have a big collection. This one, she really does like eclipse me in terms of what she has. She's a big positive member of the toy community. Everyone loves interacting with her, and we're excited to have her on. So let's welcome Kushimama.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm very, very well. How are you this evening?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. And I know it's been kind of like trying to get you on, and then you had something, you had a conflict, and we had a conflict. So I appreciate you being patient and sticking with us.
No problem. It's what we all have to deal with in life anyways, right? Things happen. So no biggie. Thank you for inviting me.
And everyone in the chat, while we're talking to Kushimama, if you have something like to ask her or any questions while we're talking, please ask them in the chat. We'll try to ask them as well. Now,
I'm going to be working the chat while we're going. So
perfect. Thanks.
I'm looking at it too, so I can see it as well.
Awesome. So, I always like to kind of start with a discussion question for all of us to kind of talk and get to know each other, really in terms of just breaking the ice.
Of course.
What was the... Guys, do you remember the discussion question I wrote? Because I forgot to write in my notes. I would say this is it. What are you looking forward to in terms of what is a figure that you want to see come out in 2023?
That I would like to see come out?
It's your wish list. It's your wish list.
Well, there's no like proposal for it yet, if that helps, but there is a figure I would love to see. And I know it's so B-rated, but somebody had asked in a comment, I can't remember, it's probably in the Toy Pick community actually, is what NECA figure you'd like to see horror related. So I really want to see, and as stupid as it sounds, is I want to see an Angela figure from Sleepaway Camp with like a little accessory, like a little curling iron, like just a little stuff from that B-rated movie, but it's not in the works. It's never going to happen, right? So because it's like just that twisted face, right? It's something that I would love for somebody, not even NECA, to make, right? Because it's an iconic B-rated movie. When I say that movie to people, they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that. It was so dumb, right?" But iconic, right? So yeah, I would love that. But other than that, I just collect the shit I like. So if they're gonna pump out cool stuff that fits, I'm gonna get it regardless. Right?
Well, we have a resident horror expert or horror fan too.
I'm aware of this.
Danny, have you seen this movie?
I have, and that was a long time ago.
70s, 80s, like it's a B-rated. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a long time ago, and it does have a twisted end. So I would I mean, that would be bold.
It's out there. It's bold.
I can see 5K Toys making something like that. I think they're bold enough to, because they did the Jack from The Shining.
Yeah,
and they're doing Hannibal Lecter also, but they call it.
They are.
Yeah, well,
that'd be pretty cool.
So that would be cool to have. That's different. So I can see somebody doing that. Like 5K is probably the company I can see doing something like that.
So if you're listening,
Unboxing Art says we need NECA to make Toxie.
That Jack figure they made, I hate it because it's all of his head sculpts are side eye, every one of them.
The 5K one.
Yeah.
Wait, did that come out or is it still up for pre-order?
I think it already released already.
Oh, it did. Oh.
Yeah,
that one. That was like I don't know. It definitely wasn't one that I was gonna get, but I do like 5K. I do like a lot of those third-party figures. Josh, what about you? What's your most anticipated figure, or not anticipated? What is on your wish list for 2023?
Street Sharks.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're making those, aren't they?
Well, they teased it like 2 years ago?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Then it was just been radio silence since. So.
What was the company?
Storm.
Oh, Storm was going to make those? Really?
If they make Street Sharks, I'm going to be broke.
Storm. Wow. I bet they're going to be a huge scale.
Yeah, they'll be fat little shark people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Danny, do you have an anticipated figure or a wish list?
I've always wanted NECA to make an ultimate Candyman. I want an ultimate Candyman.
And Jason X, right?
I would want a Jason X, but I think I would want a Candyman before a Jason X. Just because
I'd get Jason X.
I just want like a Tony Todd inspired. I mean, I know there's the retro cloth, but I want like one where you can switch the head sculpts and just like I think it'll look so nice. Like I would want a if not that one, a pumpkin head. Like a deluxe pumpkin head.
I bet they'll do the Tony Todd just because they did the big one. So
yeah.
Didn't they have a pumpkin that came out?
No, that was McFarlane.
Yeah.
That was like
Movie Maniacs line. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Oh, that's a good. I mean, yeah, those are all good ones. I would say this. Last year, when I asked this question, I was looking forward to. I wanted a Mafex to release Steel, from the Superman Return of Superman line, and they did pre-order him. He hasn't been released yet. The next one I want to see as either a pre-order or release from Mafex is Doomsday. I want them to do a classic Doomsday from Death of Superman because I think they would do an amazing job. And we've never really gotten an amazing Doomsday figure where it's the classic look. I have that Storm Collectibles one. It's great. That's from Injustice, the video game. But I really want that just classic Doomsday look. I mean, they could do two, a variant where it's his full suit. They could do a head sculpt with the half mask torn off, and then they could do the whole Doomsday that we know and love.
Yeah. I think DC Direct had made that 2-pack. Remember they made that 2-pack with Superman where it came an alternate head where he was dead, and it was a classic looking Doomsday as well.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I do have one. What does he say?
The tall man from Phantasm with some little
Oh.
balls and stands
That's
for him. That'd be
different.
awesome.
I don't know who that is.
I want NECA to do the the biker mice from Mars.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Biker Mice from Mars. Oh man, that's All right.
Question
Well,
Kushimama.
so Midnight Stars. Can we just ask your question after one question that I have? So, I am the host, so I will do the first question.
I start his question.
All right, sounds
Me
good.
first.
Kushimama, on our show we have a lot of different people in the toy community, toy photographers, toy makers, in your case, influencers. We have different types of people. What we celebrate are how toys bring us all together, what makes us happy. Can you just tell us, what is your origin story? How did you get into toys? Was it something that you always loved? Just tell us your origin story that turned yourself into Kushimama.
Yeah, no worries. So I mean, obviously we all had love for toys. Some of us 80 babies, 90 babies, right? Like we had some of the coolest toys on the planet back then in comparison. Now there's some sick ones, but let's get real. Like I have Street Sharks right here, OG one sitting there on the shelf. Like they're cooler than my McFarlane over there, right? So obviously over time things happen. Mom gives away your stuff, you sell stuff, you think you'll never play with it again. 30 years later, 25 years later, I guess, I started collecting just like Funko Pops. I started with a SpongeBob Funko Pop. Then it spiraled out of control over 2 years to 3,000 Funko Pop collection. And then it just became so much that I stopped tracking because let's get real, I don't have the time to do that, right? I was going to like conventions and doing like massive hauls, not one here and there. I was bringing home 30 or 40 at a time. So I stopped.
Do you still have them?
Sorry?
Do you still have them?
I still have most of them. I've sold a lot of the older ones just because those are the vaulted ones that are worth a little bit more money. And to be quite honest, they're not action figures. I don't take many photos with them. I can't do much. They're stationary items, right? So I found out I was having a son, so it gave me more reason to build more toys and have more toys in the house without feeling so guilty. Like, oh my God, you're a 35-year-old woman with all these fucking toys. I heard my friend, right? But I was like, listen, like nobody's going to judge you because you have a child, right? So ultimately, within the past 10 years, when my son was born, so he's turning 6 now, it became more of an action figure and a more figure-based collection as opposed to Funkos and just Hot Wheels, because I was really big on Hot Wheels and still am to this day. They're very inexpensive, so die-cast cars are, right, like they're easy to get and they're not hurting your wallet. So yeah, no, 6 years later, we're full-blown. There's got to be over 300 pieces in the collection, and that's just in the house right now. I do have a storage unit offsite where I have totes and totes and totes of shit as well. I have stuff that's in the box, out of the box. So I am an out of the box collector. However, I do keep all the boxes. So they are also in storage. Ultimately, the goal was to open a toy store. We dabbled in some of it because some of our friends on Instagram were asking about things. I feel like I just want to do more of a brick and mortar type thing as opposed to online because there's so much competition right now and everybody is trying to resell their toys and whatnot. So the end goal with the collection is once my son turns 18, so I have 12 years of collecting left for myself at least, I am ultimately giving him the decision to continue on with the collection or use it for other purposes in life. Try to sell it or whatnot to get some money, either he wants to go to school or buy a house. So it's an inheritance at this point in time, but it's also stuff I love. So I'm not just collecting it because I'm like, ooh, money in the future, because we all know how the world goes. This Funko Pop over here is worth $80 when I bought it. I know right now it's only worth $20, right? So it's like up and down. So it's either he'll continue on the tradition, which I have a strong feeling that he will because he's very into it right now anywho, or he just says, no, I think we try to push it, right? And ultimately opens his own store somehow, right? So the end goal is to give him the opportunity to be a responsible adult, either to go business-wise or sell it and invest it elsewhere, right? So and we love it all together, right? So it's just fun to go find those toys. And for me, it became more of the addiction was the hunt, right? As opposed to bringing the figure home. I mean, the figure is great if I'm missing it, but then I was like, ooh, I found this out in the wild, right? I didn't have to call anybody. I didn't have to hunt anything down. I didn't have to order anything online. I'm all about in the wild. I don't order very much online.
really?
I do. Yeah, I do if I have to, right?
Hey,
like there's
hold on.
some figures
She
I'm
lives
not.
in Canada, the land of Toys R Us.
True.
She finds
It's
it
garbage.
easier
It's
than-
complete trash. Toys R Us is complete trash over here.
Man, those shelves are always stocked. What are you talking about?
They're stocked, but it's the same shit. For example, they still have Motu stuffed Wind Raiders that were out, and they're still trying to push them. Like, it's been a year now. You got like 70 of them sitting right there on the shelf. So that's what you find. Like, yeah, they're stacked, but it's all the stuff that no one's buying, right? So once in a while, you'll find they just started getting NECA at our Toys R Us, which they never had. So that is a plus. Right, but it's all older NECA, so I'm like, I already have all that NECA. But I was like, we're going in the right direction here, right? So maybe we'll see better things.
NECAs in Canada?
What's that?
What's the price on those NECAs in Canada?
It depends, anywhere from $50 to $70.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's quite different here. So I had a friend from Ohio, I guess. They sent me over a figure that's roughly $30 here. It'd be 30 here, roughly $20 for you guys over there. And the shipping in itself is $40. So I'm like, you're literally right. So that's where I'm like, I would love to just be able to buy stuff from the States and have it shipped over, but it's the exact same thing, right? So it's like, wow, I'm paying more.
They have those shipping things. It's called like Ship Pirate and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you make an account, you get stuff from the States, and they pull it all together, and they ship it to you at like a really low rate.
All at once, eh?
Yeah,
I'm starting to look into that stuff because now 2023 we're taking things slightly different direction. So I don't mind ordering things online because in where I live, like things are always so picked over for so long that it just sucks when I go to the store. I'm like, it's in the same shape it was yesterday or the day before, right? Or 3 weeks from now. So online might be the best route, but I also hate like, what if it doesn't make it here on time and everyone else has had it for like 6 months?
Yeah.
Right? That's me.
Out of 50 to 70 price range, I would
it's
a collector too.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, right? So like I have a lot of NECA, which is crazy, but like, yeah, if I can find it used, I'll go and buy it used because I know I'm saving a little bit more as long as it's all in one piece, like whatnot. So that's what I find going to a lot of like flea markets for NECAs and stuff like that. Obviously, if it's harder stuff and it's stuff that is worth more, I'm just gonna buy it new, right?
Yeah.
So, but hit or miss right now.
So in terms of just like going back to how you got into toys and whatnot, but how did you get into that Instagram?
I was always on Instagram, but in a different avenue, if that matters.
We
won't discuss the backstory of that, but a different avenue. I decided to just change my whole platform and delete my entire life and make it about toys, right?
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
so
awesome. I was on Instagram. I had following. I didn't have as many followers. I wasn't posting as much. I was posting maybe once every 3 months, right? Like now it's like 2 posts a day if I'm lucky. But now I'm more every day in the past 2 years because like I saw what was happening like in the community. I was getting invited to more like toy shows and seeing more people and meeting more collectors and collaborating in toy photography. So it made me stay and want to build more because like I had that positive influence within those communities. And they're still here too, right? There's even people in the chat right now. Like I know they're family, but we're not family. We're family we've never met, like it's just, I know if I can vent and say, listen, this guy's a fucking idiot today, pardon my French, like they've got my back. They're like, yeah, they probably are, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Right. So, no, and that's basically, so that's where I am on Instagram, right? Like it was YouTube I was trying to focus on during COVID to create my son's YouTube channel. And then I was like, why don't I start posting the stuff on Instagram to bring traffic and vice versa, right? So, and here I am now.
And
my full-time job of Instagram.
Do you want to plug your son's Instagram?
Sure. I mean, most people know it. So Doodles Toy Report. I usually have a bag or something with me with the emblem. It's literally just me shit talking about the toys that we get, telling what the companies should be doing, like sending stands with all of their things. But it's just a channel dedicated to my son because when I found out he lives with autism, I saw him watching people like you and I, other collectors, watching them do unboxings like Sherman's Prime, like those types of people. And I was like, why don't I just do it? It's a face that he knows. I'm not worried about what he's watching. And then people started like picking up to the channel. I was like, well, I guess I got to do this now. so nothing major. If you want to subscribe, we will love you either way. Right. It is there regardless. It shall remain until then.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely hit subscribe. I'll add that to the description. I put in the chat. Please click and follow. Gives us a good kind of break. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, just click subscribe, click the like button.
We're at 197.
Whoa, nice, everyone. 3 more, we can give free shit away.
Good cookie jar.
Now, again, if you have questions for Kushimama, just put them in the chat. We'll ask them. We're going to go around with Toy Addict and Cox3 to do some questions as well. But Midnight Stars did have a question. Do you own a custom figure you either built or bought, and what's your favorite line to collect?
There's a couple custom figures. They weren't built or bought. They were just somehow managed to get into the collection. I was like, where did this thing come from? For example, there's like there's a mashup out my son's collection because we share toys where it's Buzz Lightyear chopping, but it's got Donatello's head, Ninja Turtle's head on it. So I wish I had it. So like it's pretty cool, but I don't even know how we got it. It's definitely a custom, but it managed to sneak into the. I'm like, that's cool though. Like it's a cool for a kid's toy, right? But it's an adult toy. Like it's more geared to an adult action figure collector. So as for favorite line right now, I don't know. I'm going back to Toy Biz. So recently, in the past 6 months, I've been searching for unopened Toy Biz. So I am going back to Toy Biz. I have found so much of it. So right now, my favorite line is that because I'm more of a vintage toy person. I do love new toys as well. But I find myself going out specifically looking for that stuff now. So
Toy Biz Legends or?
Just Toy Biz in general. Like it was so minuscule. Like I know the designs it was very different back then, right? But I like that. Like I just like the simple things too. For me, I don't know. I collect both of them. Like I do have a lot of Spider-Man Toy Biz stuff too, which is I find I'm collecting a lot more of that stuff than anything. It just depends what it is, right? Like if it looks good, I'll usually get it. But if it's something that's obscure, I'll be like, no, I'm good.
Well, I definitely have a lot of Toy Biz Spider-Man classics still in box. One of them being a Scarlet Spider. If you're interested, hit me up.
Yeah. I love that stuff. I really like it. Like I've got all this like Spider-Man stuff recently. I don't know if you can see it, but it's all the Toy Biz. So I'm just like, keep it all in package. Just hopefully it holds on for another 20 years. Right?
Yeah, I saw it was a few weeks ago. You got some gems. There was like a 5-pack OG X-Men.
Yeah, right behind me.
That was awesome.
Yeah, those ones are cool. And I know someone has quite a bit, so I'm gonna try to work some magic and hopefully get quite a few more to go with that line.
That's so great. Well, keep those questions coming. I have a few that I'm starred. Josh, I just found out about the star feature. This is awesome. So we like to go around to share airtime for everyone and like just pass the mic around. Why don't we go to Josh? And Josh, I know you have some questions for Kushimama. It's all up to you, man.
Oh, it's my turn?
Josh,
right.
yes.
Sorry, I was reading the chat.
Your name is Josh.
Yeah, how long have you been collecting? Like, did you take a break? Because, like you said, you changed your Instagram, everything like that. Was there like collecting, stop, and then back to collecting, or?
No, I mean, like I always had a thing for SpongeBob, so I was collecting like minuscule SpongeBob shit, like toothbrushes and like stuff you wouldn't really like, not toys, right? Like more like just things to have. beforehand, no, I wasn't really collecting too much because I was, an adult, and adults don't do that kind of stuff, right? So they say, right? Like it was frowned upon.
We do it, but we keep it a secret.
No, I know that. Well, that's the thing, right? So mine was never big. Like I always loved Pokemon cards. It was one of those things. It was loved throughout the year, right? But then I just like forget it. Like you're never gonna have that again. I honestly, I shit you not, it was buying that one Funko SpongeBob pop, and it was the very first Funko Pop I ever bought that set off the entire addiction, because I was like, well, shit, now I need the rest of the set. Well, now I have this set, but I love this set over here, and I need all of this set over here too, right? So
Funko is what did it for me as well.
Yeah, right. Like, so there
what
was a
your
break.
first Funko?
Yeah, there was a break. It was called life. I went to college, all that, and then I went back to collecting. So yeah, no, it's been sporadic on and off. But I mean, let's get real. We all collected when we were kids, and then our parents got rid of our stuff, and then we're like, damn it. Well, we're not replacing it now. We don't have the money. But now we all have the money, and we're like, damn it.
Yeah, we do, unfortunately. Or sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Do you still have some of your old toys from when you were a kid?
I do.
So you said you had Street Sharks. Were those your old ones? Or
Yep,
those...
some of them are. And then I have like even older toys that are like, oh God, they're even older. Like I have very vintage toys too. So I collect like really old stuff. Right? So I even have stuff from like the 40s and stuff that have been passed down to me from my parents and my grandparents and stuff. So, I have a lot of like, right, so stuff from back then. Most of it is newer, right? 95% of it is, but there you'll find some throughout the collection that are like definitely legitimate 100% from when we were kids. So.
Wow.
Like our wrestling figures and our Ninja Turtle figures, right? So
Art had a good question too. I'll just throw his up there now. Art wants to know, do you feel that there isn't enough female representation in the collecting community?
Is that as in like female collectors, or as in like, I guess as female collectors or females as a whole, correct?
I think that's what
it sounds like.
Yeah.
How do I feel about like? Sorry, I'm reading that. I mean, I don't think that there isn't enough. I think that the problem is that the females get persecuted a little bit more than the men. Let's get real, right? Being a female toy collector, I can tell you this. Before I started collecting and sharing my posts about toys, I was not getting harassed right? Like it was not something I would get. Like nobody was bothering me. Now it's either, are you selling this? Are you doing this? After you repeat, like, no, nothing is for sale, right? So I think it doesn't help if you get someone who might be a little more shy. I'm more than willing to tell you to go fly your kite somewhere else. That's me. But I know there's some women out there that are not strong enough to do that. I've had my breaking points on Instagram, right? So, and you've all seen it because I made sure that I'm like, I'm breaking right now, right? So I think for that is a lot of females just see that it is tough, right? Like some girls make it look easy. I'm like, it's not easy. Like even being on Instagram, I go to toy shows here, people are like, do you collect? I'm like, no, I just come here because I'm an idiot. And I'm like, why else would you come to a toy show, walk around, look at stuff, right? No, I don't collect. I don't know anything about it. And then when you get in as a female, like a lot of people just think that you don't know. And I'm like, I might not know everything, but I know what I need to know to get by and enough to know to make me love something in my collection, right? So definitely there's more than enough. It's just I don't think enough are willing to come out, right? Because when I go out to the toy community shows, toy shows here, there's tons of females. There's tons, right? So, and sometimes those females, overrun those guys there. That's why I don't understand why we don't see a lot more on Instagram and stuff. But I think from a female perspective, might play into it a little bit. I could be wrong, right?
Yeah, no. Well, it's interesting you think that, because I feel like in terms of cons, or at least toy cons, most recent toy con, it's been very dude heavy. And a lot of the groups that I've been in are I mean, there's hardly any. I mean, I would say there are no women in my chats, right? Well, I don't know if that's by just the way people interact, but I think there is a piece of it that you're right. Like, if there are females into collecting, I would say they would probably want to stay more quiet, because what they see is like you said, they get persecuted a little bit more from the majority of the males collectors, right? Which is sad sometimes from what we see. But those what you have to kind of remember is those loud, squeaky, crazy, eccentric people that bother you is not a big fraction of what the toy community is at all. It's like very few. But
for sure.
But it seems like it's a lot at the time.
Oh, for sure. And that's like 2023 has been different. Like even talking to fellow toy photographers, I'm like, I'm just going savage this year. Like you'll see my little note section. I'm like, yeah, I wrote that. Right. I'm like, I have no fear anymore. I'm done with sugarcoating and stepping on eggshells. Right.
Yeah.
Because like that it is. But you know, it's all about the toys. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Right. Is make it all about the toys. And you're either going to follow me to see what cool toy I pick up tomorrow on post, or you can just kick bricks like I tell everybody else. Right?
It's true. It's true. It's all about the toys. That's what brings us together. It doesn't matter how much you know or how much you don't know. It's all about, do you share this love of toys with me? So come along and join our group. And,
exactly, right? Like I'm not trying to get you to join my satanic cult or anything. Like I don't understand. Not yet, at least, right? Like there's still time.
We just enable each other to spend all of our money.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Josh, any more questions?
I got one from X-Wing Pilot 54. He wants to know, do you have a background in photography or Photoshop, etc., or is this all a new endeavor for you?
Good question.
Yes and no on that question. So I actually have professional photography backgrounds. I used to actually work in the high schools and the elementary schools, and I would do the school photos every year for you guys. So those photos that everybody hated and your parents would buy them. So I actually used to do that. So,
no way.
Yeah, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Like you would go in, there's like 17-year-olds like, can I get you to just tilt your head? They're like, I'm not a model. I'm like, listen, this is what I get paid to do. I don't know what you want from me. That's what they make me do, right? Very boring and very stagnant, obviously. So doing the same static pose for every single person that you're seeing in your career there. It was nothing crazy like playing with Photoshop or anything. It's literally a backdrop. I do play with Photoshop a bit. I'm not very good at it. But I mean, I also have people that don't even know that some of the stuff is Photoshopped in my photos. So, I mean, right? Like I'm learning. I take every day as a new learning experience, and I do look at other people's photos and I see what people write, and I watch videos of behind the scenes, and I try to get inspiration and try to grow more and more every day, right? So and that's what this year has been about. I took the last month off of toy photography, just because obviously Christmas and everything, everyone's been busy, but I actually have a shot ready to go right after this I'm about to do. So I'm hoping to pick up and do more of that and hopefully build more skills from people in the community, right? And of course, take the constructive criticism and, advice here and there. And hopefully I can become as awesome as most of you guys are.
I think that's awesome that you were a school photographer.
Yeah.
I always had wondered if anyone in our chats or anyone in the community had that background. You were the first one that I've learned has that.
It sucked. I hated it, but it gave me the ability to learn about cameras. And like at the point in time, this is where we were starting to use more DSLRs and like things like Canon would start making like more fancier to go cameras. And it was funny because I always had, I'm like, do you remember those film cameras we used to have to get developed at Walmart or this and this? Like, that's what I grew up using. And I actually used to do some of the developing too, right? Like it was stuff that I did in school. So yeah, I didn't think I would ever take it and run with it in this kind of direction, right? And not that I'm running that much, but when I do my toy photography, like you can tell that I actually thought about some of it. Some of it's just shoot and go, and some of them, like I took like 3 hours to set that up.
No, your photography is great. I think you're right. It is very thoughtful from whenever I
try to be
some of the pictures, in terms of just placement and what you do for all of your toys. So, Josh, anything else before I pass it over to Toy Attic?
That's it for me.
Danny, the floor is yours, my friend.
I actually have two questions. My first question, when I first ran into your page, I thought you were a cosplayer. Because I've seen some cosplaying. Is that
Yep.
something you do a lot as far as like when you go to like toy shows? But more importantly, what is your favorite cosplay? Like, have you ever done cosplay? What is your favorite?
Yeah, so
What's your
no, I
favorite?
do. I haven't done it much because con season's over. Like it's
Yeah.
winter, no one's doing any of that
No.
stuff anymore. It does start up in March, so relatively quick. Like March is right around the corner, so I'm like, okay. I do some. I used to be really big into it when I was younger. You know, again, that whole when I was collecting stopped, right?
Mhm.
I don't really have a favorite right now because I'm not really into it as much as some of these amazing cosplayers are. But recently, I think the most commended one, the most I got the attention on is I went to Hamilton Comic Con as Snow White, like
Nice.
movie Snow White. And people were just shocked because like the way I did my makeup, how I did the wig, everything, like they thought it was real hair and stuff. So I'm like, no, it's all fake underneath it, right? I just found it fun. I find it fun because I like interacting with kids. As a mom, like I have a 5-year-old son, so of course, learning about he's the only kid, he's the only child, so I don't know much about other children around him. And this way, I get to like see other children how they act and socialize with other of their peers, so that way I can, guide him with that. So I think I like to do more like PG costumes because it gives me that opportunity to meet other people. I got stopped a lot and had tons of kids at that convention take pictures with me. People were even tipping me, and I was like, I don't want your money. Like, I don't want your money. You don't have to give me money. I'm doing this for the kids. And when I go to these shows, I bring like packs of Pokemon cards to give out too. So it's more so I never go for competition. I never go to be in contest. I go just because I want to see those smiles, or I might meet someone over here who's dressed as Cinderella and, oh my God, we're the princesses, and make that bond. So far, I think Snow White is my favorite. Misty from Pokemon was my close second, though, because she was super easy to do. Like, she's easy.
Awesome. Now, my second question, I believe Josh probably asked, what was the toy line that you used to collect as a kid? Like, what was your favorite toy line as a kid?
As a kid, no, Hot Pot or Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Still to this day. Yeah, I still collect them to this day. Like I still have some old ones. Like my sisters were Barbie girls, and my brother was a Barbie girl too, apparently. And I took over the G.I. Joes and all that. So that's where I kind of lucked out. So I got the Hot Wheels, Matchbox. I love die-cast cars. Like I have so many. You guys only get to see the wall, but like there's containers full of them, and stacks and stacks and bins and bins. Again, they're just so cheap. That was one of those things that like, okay, there might be 100,000 up there, but I know I didn't spend 300,000 to get that.
or $70 on a NECA figure, right?
That is correct. Yes, right. So I'm saving, I'm losing, and I'm winning at the same time.
That's awesome.
Well, anything else, Danny?
That I could think of, no. I mean, the only thing I can think of is, and I know we were talking about this on our pre-show, but you had put up some Torture Souls figures. I don't know if you still have those Torture Soul figures.
I do.
I was a big fan of those. I had those when I was younger. So, did you buy those at whether Toys R Us when they were in Toys R Us or?
No, I just found them at a secondhand store.
Whoa.
Yeah, they didn't even know what they were. They had them for $40 each. I was like, okay.
Yeah, those are. I had the 12-inch line. I had what was it, 4 of them when I was younger. But my mom was like really religious, and she like forced my dad bought them for me. And she was like, I don't want these in the fucking.
Not having it.
So I'm like trying to like get them. So the only reason I mentioned that because I remember you posted them at one point. And I was like, man, if she sell those, I will jump on those so quick.
I am thinking about moving them, so I will keep you in mind.
Keep me in mind, please.
Yeah, for sure. They are some, like I do want to collect the whole set, but I know it's going to be a really hard set in box. I was lucky to find those in the condition that I found them in for what I found them too. So I was like, but yeah, no, I'll keep you in mind for sure. Right? They're good pieces. So
yeah, we were literally just talking about this in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hilarious.
No, they're good figures, man. They're creepy as hell, and like they're like I know they're McFarlane, so like if Blitz is anywhere in the chat or anything, he's probably gonna talk some shit. But like they're good McFarlane toys.
No, they were very. they were very controversial, like in stores, like because when you went into those aisles and you saw those, like, because there's like one hanging from like some chains.
Yeah, I
and
have
it's
that
like
one. Yeah,
stomach, and there's like
it's like
it's
the
crazy.
guts.
Like you would walk by and the kids would be like scared to just go by the aisle, or people would be like, "Why are you selling these?" And there was like this big old thing about it. But me, I begged my dad to buy those things, man, and he was like, "Oh, just don't tell your mother," until she saw them, and that was it. That was all she wrote with those.
Well, just talking about some of the chat, in terms of, oh, sorry, we got, I think Josh shared this one. Toy Addict B acting like Barbara Walters, asking the hard-hitting questions. Pat the Collector, actually, Walmart has stepped up their model cars recently. Got Christine and the Batmobile just last week.
Mm-hmm.
Unworthy Collector, I just put my kids in a sleeper until they get in. I think there was a previous question about or comment from Yimbo saying finally was able to get his kids to bed. So, Path the Collector says McFarlane. I would have to say I was talking to the guys before this. I just opened up Dead Man McFarlane. He is fantastic, and I love this figure. Like, the sculpt is amazing. It's nothing like any other Deadman figure that we've gotten, and I really do love it. In terms of figures themselves, Kushimama, what is your favorite figure in your collection?
Hey, this is one I hate this question the most. Not gonna lie, it is the number one hated question in my life.
I know you have so much. I know.
Yeah, it is very hard. But I think I have brought it down only because Jada Toys brought out this figure this year and I don't have any. So they have the Universal Monsters Gilman because they don't have one yet. Like, I don't have any figures. I have like living dead dolls. So I think he is one of my favorite of the Universal Monster creatures. So I think this is my favorite. This is for 2022. Just so you know. It will change. It changes every year, right? It used to be like I had a Funko Pop of Devil Ned Flanders, right? I have it tattooed. So like it changes. I think this one right now, I'm really loving Jada Toys right now with like their Universal Monster line that they pumped out. But there is some new competition that just came in the door, so this could even change too. I got some toys from the Noble collection from the UK. It's Universal Monsters as well, but it is like the Invisible Man. They're bendy figures, but they come with stands and stuff. So, yeah, I wish I could reach them. They're right there. Actually, here, I'll show you. They're right here. So, like, these ones I think might be my new favorite.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so they're like bendy figures, but
oh, cool.
Yeah. So right now it's this guy, but they might be knocked out with this guy.
Those are cool.
We shall see. Jada Toys has been really good this year, so I've seen what they're going to pump out. Hopefully, they continue on with where they're going. So no more die-cast cars, Jada. I got enough of those.
Yeah, we're getting Street Fighter, Mega Man.
Yep.
I really can't wait for those. I really can't wait for those.
I got the shipping notification for the NECA. Now you saw Dracula, I got a shipping notification.
Oh, he's out now too, eh?
He's supposed to be showing up soon. I can't wait.
Did you see that the NECA, or not NECA, the Jada Toys Dracula with the collector's box and everything? Like,
yeah, it's like it's like the black and white one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I'll have to look at that one. So
it's only $27 too, and it's got all the
so it's $57 here. Got it. Hey. Out the door.
Mike Hex always asks this question. I like it. There's a fire and you can only save one figure. What is it?
Well, hopefully I saved my son.
Well,
hopefully that's my figure of choice.
To say everyone's safe. Everyone you love is out, but you can only save one toy figure.
Man, I hate that. Oh, no. I don't know. Because there's stuff that's not even here. So I'm like, that's here presently? Oh, gosh.
Torture souls. Save those.
You know what? I think I would take my Mars Attacks alien because he was super hard to find. Like those Trendmasters 1990, like in the box. Right? I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, the aliens, the Mars Attacks aliens.
Oh, Mars. Okay.
Yeah, but I have a really big one down here. So yeah. I think I would probably take that guy. He was the hardest. Oh, and I found a mini street shark that fell down that I had my friend
Oh,
made.
nice.
Mini shark.
That's a custom?
Pardon me?
That's a custom? You said your friend
No,
made it
so
for
it's
you?
a miniature, but yeah, I guess so. Retro Saint makes them on Instagram. The
Those are
Retro Saint.
cool.
So yeah, he is in the UK, so I ordered that from the UK. But it's just a mini street shark. Very cool. You can find him on Instagram.
That's cool. You should check him out, Josh.
They have cool. He has some cool stuff. Like I got some Ninja Turtle stuff from him and such too. So,
what is the most expensive figure that you have in your collection?
Good question.
Here's my Barbara Walters question.
I have 3. They all equal the same. So it's the 18-inch NECAs, Jason, Freddy, and Michael Myers. Because they cost me $300 in Canada. When they first came out, they were like $200 or like even less than that. So they were each $300.
Yeah. Are those the newer? Is that like the newer ones that are out here?
Yeah. I think the one is like Freddy is a talking voice or motion activated one. The other 2 are newer. So the other one is the big one with like when he was the bigger dude with like the long hair. Because I have the newer NECA that goes with it too, right? So yeah. And then the Michael Myers, I think that's one of the newer ones too. But
and that was $300 as well.
Yeah, it sucked. It's like just Canadian prices, right? Like after the taxes, I was like, damn, right? But I had to have them. So.
No, I got you.
Wait, these are NECA ones?
Yeah, you want to see them? They're right here. Yeah.
18-inch ones, yeah.
How much were they here?
140 retail here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're big ones.
140 retail here.
140 retail.
140,
and this is the small NECA. See? So little
NECA,
big NECA.
That's still a lot. I didn't expect them to be that much.
It's like $250, but once you get to the taxes, right? Yeah, like it's all about the taxes. So I mean, $300. Let's sum it.
Can you still find those? Or they're
hit or miss. Like I find that you can find Michael Myers. Maybe it's because like the movie is ending and they're trying to like get more stuff out. I know I have not seen any other Jason ones aside from like that old school one where he's in like the blue jumper where he has been in the lake and his ribs are showing and stuff. Freddy I haven't seen. So I guess it's just where you are that might be easier to find. Here, not so much.
Got it.
I would hate
that. They also do like
toys cost.
89 Batman in that size.
Yep. Penguin, like there's a Catwoman I've seen recently. That was pretty sick. I might buy that one.
They have bigger Ninja Turtle ones though, right?
They do, yes.
Yeah.
They're the same size.
Oh, is it big? I thought it was bigger than 18. It looked bigger than 18.
Yeah.
No, they're the quarter scales, I think. Those ones.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Jeez.
Yeah, no, they're big, right? And like I am sadly kind of leaving the Ninja Turtle, not leaving, but like I'm not in a rush to collect more of it. I have other holes to fill here in the collection. But like those are cool ones. I would buy them if I had the space. But I'm like, I'd rather have Michael Myers and Jason, and like I really love horror movies. So like most of it's geared over there or Marvel.
I think my Walmart has Freddy. I think.
The 18-inch?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get it?
No.
No.
I've not seen those. I've never seen those.
Really, eh? Yeah. No, they're out there. They're out there. I remember when they first came out, I'm like, okay, and I kicked myself in the ass every time for not being that one to pick them up. I'm like, oh, too expensive then when they were $199, and then I'm like, oh.
They had made God of War for God of War 4. They had made a quarter scale one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I think it's amazing looking.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Closet over there. I used to, when I was collecting NECA in the beginning, like it was like I was buying the 7-inch ones, but mainly all my NECA ones were all the quarter scale ones.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Have they like stepped away from that? Because I feel like I haven't seen many of those.
No, they're doing the cartoon turtles now. Those are like the big ones now, and they've re-released a lot of like the old ones. So I know they had like some warehouse when they were selling the Predator, they were selling Dream Warriors Freddy, and they were selling Michael Myers and the Joker, Heath Ledger Joker. They had. So I mean, No Chewin was the one that actually put me on. He said, "Hey, Danny, they're selling the Freddy," so that's when I bought it. I had both the
Oh.
Freddy, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
Kushimama, so in terms of horror, you love horror. What about horror, and in terms of your favorite horror movie, what is it?
I don't have a favorite per se, because obviously, like, there's different genres of horror, right? So there's different films in that genre that I like. If there is something that I want to be scared shitless and it's the middle of the night and I'm going to go and cuddle up to or whatever on the blanket and scare the shit, it's probably most recently would be the first Terrifier movie. The first one. The second one was trash. I don't care if you want to fight me on it. The second one was garbage. I don't care. I'll say it to everybody.
Terrifier.
It's Terrifier 2. It was trash. So Terrifier 1, most recently as a favorite because it was the first one in recent movies that I have not been able to sit through the first time. Like, I had to stop, recollect my thoughts, start the movie. Right? Like, it's just some of the scenes in it, right? I'm like, ooh, okay, I felt it. Usually it's like geared to guys getting hurt. Then when a female gets hurt, like, oh, okay, now I know what these boys are feeling when they see shit, right? So I think it just made me more, not like, I'm not afraid of clowns, and scary movies don't send me into spirals or anything, but it was one of those things like, this guy is ultra creepy and like ultra like menacing. It's like, it was disturbing, right? They did a very good job on the first one. Now the second one, not so much. But if you like the second one, my apologies in advance. But that mystical bullshit at the end, we could have done without.
So I'm not a big horror guy. When I think scary, and like Toy Addict makes fun of me. When I think scary, I'm like Sixth Sense. That was scary, right?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, it was definitely scary.
Literally had to sleep with the lights on for 3 months.
Coraline or Paranorman. Those are his scary movies.
Oh no.
You had to do one of those like jump into beds so that you wouldn't like, feel anything like, carry you from under.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
But I mean, I just Googled Terrifier. I'm like, yeah, that's a no. That's a
Yeah,
no
no,
way.
it's yeah, I know people that are afraid of clowns. I'm like, just watch it, man. Like, just watch it. No, the second one was okay. Like, it had parts, if you get the chance to watch it, like, it is awful, but it's like, it's got its moments, but it's the first one in comparison is like deadly. And the second, yeah, it's a whole thing.
Is it as bad as Halloween Ends?
I haven't seen Halloween Ends yet. See, and everyone's like, don't waste your time. Right? See, it was the one movie, like, don't even bother. If you don't like Terrifier 2, you're not going to like Halloween Ends.
I'm surprised.
Like, hey, as long as he dies in the end, because if he comes back another 40 years, like, I can't put up with another 40 years.
I'm surprised you haven't watched that one.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
No, I heard he's definitely not coming. Like, I've read, and obviously the spoilers have been given to me, but I haven't sat down and watched it yet. Terrifier was just because I'm like, yeah, shoot some stuff and watch this in the background. I was like, okay, this is awful. So,
and again, anyone in the chat, if you have a question for Kushimama, put it in. Chat's been bumping. I love how the chat gets bumping. Unworthy Collector says, everyone in the chat, go hit like. If there are 50 likes better than the stream, Unworthy Collector is going to do a giveaway. If you can chat, you can like. And Unboxing Art's just been relentlessly plugging. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, that's all we ask. Just hit that subscribe button. I'm sure you're tired of us just saying that. And No Chewing, our fourth. It's so good to see it that you're here. We miss you, buddy. In terms of just your collection, what is a grail of yours right now?
Grail? Probably those tortured souls.
Oh, okay.
Probably. They were the hardest ones for me to find.
But you have all of them.
I don't have all of them.
Oh, you don't?
No. So finding those two sealed ones were like my holy grails off the list, right? Because I can find them out of the box, right? Incomplete out of the box, but I can't find them sealed. Like, these are 100% sealed, right? So that's why they were always a set I wanted. And I said, if I'm going to get them, they have to be sealed. Like, they have to be, right? Because I know how tough of a set it's going to be, right?
It's so funny. Danny Toy Addict talks about this all the time, and I don't I guess I don't necessarily realize how rare they were or they are. Because I just thought it was something. I was like, oh, it's something only Toy Addict was probably looking for.
Yeah, like creepy people, like creepers.
Just some loser thing he likes.
Yeah. Well, hey, another loser over here too.
No, it's just me talking about like wanting another Spider-Man figure. Like I have like a million of them.
Chris, I could just picture you every time I mention Torture Souls. You're in your mind. You're like, oh, here we go with this shit.
Well, when I asked that Grail question in the pre-show, I'm like, oh, I know what Dan is gonna say.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, I think those are I think those are it. Like I have one other piece that like it's a Matchbox car. That is a little bit of a Grail. I can show you because it's cool. So it's a horror related. So it's Jason Voorhees. Right? It's very old. So that's another one. You don't see those around a lot. So definitely that with the Tortured Souls are some that I was like, let's get those and find them. They took time and I got them. So.
I have to say, on where they said my Tortured Soul didn't cost me anything. I had a squad of kids and it came free.
That's what happens there, my friend. That's what happens. You know what you did when you went into that. Leave it unworthy. Leave it unworthy.
Kushimama, have you ever dabbed into Mythic Legions?
Into which, sorry?
The Mythic Legions line.
I do have a few, actually, yeah. Okay. I have, I can't remember their names. So I have one of the guards. I have the guy who looks like Mossman and Stinkor from, and then I just got Krampus.
Oh,
Red
nice.
Krampus.
Red one?
Yeah, nice. Red Krampus. So it is a line I do want to go into. However, I know, again, pricey. So whatever it costs out there, it's costly out here. Luckily, I found a couple people in the toy photography community that live out here that once in a while, hey, I'm selling one. It's up here. You want it? And then usually I grab it or not. It is something I will get further into. It is definitely like, I think most of their figures are just phenomenal. It's just finding them. You don't see them here. Like I have never seen one anywhere here in Canada, unless it is online, someone selling it from their personal collection. So that's just it. It's finding it, right? So
yeah, I mean, I recently got into them by going to a Toy Con in New Jersey. They're based.
I saw that.
They're based in New Jersey, so we were there.
Yep. No, I saw all the videos too of you guys all like when you all go, all y'all went. Right?
I appreciate that. But like I never really buy them online, and you can get really good deals if you go there in person. So I definitely understand why you would just hold off on that. They need to get to Canada. That kind of leads me to my next question. Do you plan on attending any cons in the US?
I would like to. I've been invited. It's not, it's, being a mom with the first year in school and all that. And, obviously busy here and starting stuff. And now with like, the world is slowly starting to go back to not normal per se, but normal-ish where I feel a little more comfortable. I might be able to travel a little bit more and stuff, right? So I would like to, right? Yeah. And I am looking into stuff for 2023, but I think I'm going to aim for 2024, see what this year brings, because I'm hoping to change a little bit, of things in life in general, even our platforms a bit, and give us some time to work from there, and hopefully 2024 things are good to go again, right? So who knows, maybe I'll make a sporadic flight throughout the year somewhere, right? There's never, there's always an opportunity available to me in that regard. There's always someone like, come stay, right? Like, don't worry about anything. So come work with us at this show, or come do this with this show, right? There's lots of opportunities. So I think I'll make it out there sooner rather than later.
Got it. Hoodcast asks ever Canadian, do you know Bret Hart?
I wish, I sure the hell wish I did. He is a national treasure here. I actually had someone like, I met him 10 years ago and he was old. And I'm like, oh, honey, he's been old for 30 years.
He's a grail. He's a grail.
He is a grail. So I have a couple Bret Hart action figures, if that makes you sleep better at night.
There you go.
I don't know if this is real or not, but Unworthy says he's going to Danny Con. Oh, Danny Con. He's talking about you, Toy Addict.
That's a good convention. There you go.
I was like, where's Danny Con?
Adults only.
So in term, we're talking about just recently, it's the new year, and we're talking about kind of being more responsible collectors. And I know No Chewy and I and Cox Creative Talk. Danny, you haven't really talked about this piece, but we're talking about our goals for 2023. One goal that we're trying to kind of stay and maintain by is 52, the number 52, whether it's 52 figures, new figures, purchases, whatever, this year, and staying in line with that goal. Because I feel like a lot of us had kind of amped up our collections during the pandemic. And for right now, I feel like I have every single fig that I want in terms of if I have the premier fig of a character. So like I have my go-to figure for Spider-Man, my go-to figure for Batman, or whatever. And it would take a lot for me to like buy another like of the same Batman. So for us, we're really concentrating on. For me, I'm concentrating on 52 purchases. Cox Rate, you're going 52 figs. I know No Chewing's going 52 figs, and right now I have a lot of pre-orders, and I think for me it's whatever charges in 2023 is going to count. So my question to you is, do you have any toy goals this year for yourself?
Not really. I mean,
Well, and it could be buying more.
Yeah. I'm always going to buy more. If I won't say 52 because I already got 35 in my first unboxing, first mail in. So there it is, right there.
35. Oh my god.
Right?
That's kind of what you have to do as a Canadian, though.
Yeah. No, we wait until and then ship it, right? Like, why are you gonna wait? So, I obviously going to buy more, but this year I'm going to work on filling in more, like just more gaps. Like I started originally collecting more DC multiverse, but this year it's more Marvel. So now it's like, hey, what Build-A-Figure pieces are missing in the collection? Which ones do we want to complete? Which ones do we want to avoid? So this year it's definitely like trying to get the Marvel collection as a whole, like the Marvel Legends collection to a current whole right now, right? So and then work from there.
Every single Marvel Legend.
That is the ultimate goal, is to try to track down every single one. Luckily, there's about 8 older ones that we got in that box, so that was a good thing. It's just
Toy
watching
Biz?
for like, pardon?
Toy Biz? Or
No, just Marvel Legends. Like the older, like there's older ones that might be like 4 or 5 years old, right? That whenever they came out, 3, 4, 5 years old, that we won't see every day on the shelves, right? That I never collected back then, so it's harder to get now, right? So
how much are Marvel Legends over there?
Yeah.
It depends. So the lower end Marvel Legends will be 35.
Okay.
I have some boxes like I have I have that whole Build-A-Figure Odin one. I don't know if you need that.
I don't know. I have to look. We've got so many now.
I have a few of them. So yeah, hit me up again.
Oh, no, for sure.
I used to be an inbox collector.
Yeah.
And now I'm not. Obviously.
No, man, it's no fun in the box. Like I used to be in box too. I hate it. I'm like, I was gonna post a photo today of when my collecting first started when I was in box versus now, because literally it'd be like NECA boxes on the wall with figures in it, and like I'm literally spending $50 for little tiny posters.
Yes.
Right? Like I'm not gonna do it.
That's why you buy 2. You buy one open.
Well, no, you don't buy 2 in Canada because it costs you like $200.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. I never buy doubles of anything because of that.
One Mesco in Canada is a mortgage.
It truly is. That's why I don't buy them. I win them and like I get them.
Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't know you were giving out the VIP passes at DannyCon.
Yeah, they're still available. So if y'all wanna join.
Unworthy says that he spent big dough on that Odin Allfather wave, and then No Chewing, 1 to rock, 1 to stock, of course. Well, your question, your collection is so vast. Like it was really. it's pretty amazing just to see it, especially when you just and there doesn't seem to be, I don't want to say there's no rhyme or reason, but there's no rhyme or reason in terms of what you post, like of all the figures that come in. I'm like, oh, she's posting Simpsons now, like, and then she's like, whereas like 5 days ago you were posting, you know, your X-Men OG Marvel Legends Toy Biz. So I appreciate it because what it shows is that you have just the love of toys and the love of everything in terms of that.
Yeah, I'm not just following trends. Like,
Yes.
is what it is when it comes to, because I do see that where I'm going to collect all this. I'm like, you're following a trend. Whereas, like, I've had this one for 40 years now. This baby is staying in here. It's been wiping its butt, right? Like, stuff like that. No, and that's the thing. I'm very eclectic like that. And that's just me in life. Like, even meeting me in person, like, you first see me, you're like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm a bubbly, fun person, but you're like, damn. Like, it just goes with the toys too, right? Like, it's no, I like to be diverse and stuff. And plus, for me, it's a learning opportunity for my son, right? Because not everything is just action figures, and not everything is just 4 wheels on a metal, car, die-cast car. And it gives him the experience to learn and play, and hopefully grow into have the same addiction. Hopefully not debt, but the same addiction.
Yeah, exactly.
As I do, right? So
exactly.
No.
Well, before I go into our next segment, Josh, Dan, do you guys have any questions? Any more questions? It's okay if you don't.
Have any more? No.
Just want to make sure we cover you guys too. Well, this next section I like to call rapid fire, and these are rapid fire.
I got one.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look like Danny next to Andrew Garfield?
It does. When you said that, I did laugh out loud, but wow.
You know why he's mad? You know why he's mad though, right?
Why?
Because he hates what his hips look like on that Mafex figure.
SH figure.
SH whatever.
Yeah, the Suzuki. Yeah,
that. Okay, so rapid fire questions. These are where I ask you a bunch of questions. You only have 10 seconds to answer. So whatever comes to your mind. So some of these we've already asked you.
Okay.
So it should be easy.
Oh, it should be. We'll see.
Are you ready?
I will do my very best.
All right. Favorite toy line?
Oh shit. NECA, I guess. Yeah.
Favorite toy?
My Universal Monster Jada Toys monster from the lagoon.
Saltwater or freshwater?
Freshwater. I don't like salt water. I hate it swimming in it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Freshwater guy here. Superpower.
Probably to see through things.
See through.
Because I lose shit all the time. So I'm always like, "Where's my keys?" And where's the to like see through things. I don't know if that's a power. Like,
yeah, it is X-ray vision.
I'm always losing shit. So like, where's this and where's that? Right?
Superman had it. What makes you feel old?
Talking to anyone under the age of 18. I asked someone what Fraggle Rock was the other day, and they looked at me like I was crazy. You don't know.
Wait, you asked what Fraggle Rock was?
I asked somebody if they knew who He-Man was, and they had no idea. Like, they're very young, and they're like, no. I'm like, you don't know Masters of the Universe or He-Man or not? I'm like, I can't even speak to you anymore. Luckily, they're family members, but like, it happens. You're just talking like, you don't know what I'm talking.
interrupting this rapid fire segment with a tangent. I was at work and I had asked someone at work, what they did over the weekend, and he is much younger than me, like 20 years probably. And he goes, "Oh yeah, my girlfriend and I, we watched this like really old show on Netflix. Have you heard of it? It's called Friends." And I was like, "Oh my God."
As your middle finger was going up. As your middle finger was just going up.
I was like, really old? It wasn't that.
That's but yeah, no, that's the things, right? Like that's what makes me feel. We're like, what?
All right. What makes you feel young?
Probably my son. Because we're always on the go.
Definitely. Now I have a lot of Canadian relatives, so
Okay.
I'd ask them for a specific question. What is your favorite poutine place?
Ugh. I don't really eat poutine, but if I had to, I would go to Smokes because it's the only one here.
Smokes, yes. So Smokes is one, and then I think Toying Around said the same thing. Smokes.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Hilarious.
the only poutine place I know of. So if I don't really eat it, like I should as a Canadian, like I used to, but like I don't run out to get it. But if I was going to, I'd go there because they have gourmet poutines.
Got it.
What is it called?
Smokes Poutineery.
Yeah,
Okay.
Smokes is the one that I hear.
Yeah, just smoke and go eat fries. That's all. That's all.
Now, if you had to give someone a gift that does not collect toys, what would you give them?
Oh, I give people gift cards. I don't put any thought behind it. Like
No.
I don't.
You have to
Right?
give them a toy.
I have to give them a toy that doesn't collect.
Yes.
Oh, that's easy. So my mom is not a collector, so I actually bought her a toy this year. It was Grumpy Cat, a stuffed Grumpy Cat. Right? She doesn't collect toys, but she's like, it's Grumpy Cat, it's a cat. So she loved it, right? So it just depends on the person, right? Like every person would be different, right?
That was the wrong answer. The right answer was torture souls. Give Danny torture souls.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to give that to you yet. I haven't decided, man. I haven't decided.
All right, I'm trying to persuade you there.
But it's still the wrong answer. You're right.
Not sure what this means, but Jay Hernandez is in the chat. So, Unworthy Collector says, "Remember that really old show?" Married to
Oh,
Children?"
yes.
Love that show.
I do too. I wish it was still on.
Well, Kushimama, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. I think you're a really positive member in the toy community. I really appreciate you. Everyone else in here that joined us today appreciates you. We appreciate you. Is there anything you want to kind of plug before we sign off?
Not really. I mean, just stay tuned to my Instagram. I have started a toy photography Instagram, so that'll be popping up soon.
Nice.
A different one?
A different one, yeah. So there is
Oh.
one that actually has like 400 or 500 followers already. So like I haven't really been at it.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, no, it's there. My husband has also started a toy photography page, and he has had quite a bit as well. So we're going to start doing some collab shots together and posting. So he has really inspired me to come back into the toy photography. He wasn't really doing it, but he took over while I was gone and kind of took some time off. And now I see how much he loves it and how much the community is like really giving him positive feedback. I'm like, let's work on some stuff together. Maybe do some collabs and right, just for fun, right? So stay tuned. I'm going to be posting all about that. I can't wait to do that stuff, especially join up with him and share what we have, because I know a lot of you follow him, but like you guys don't know, right? Like I see who follows him, like, oh, I know who all those people are.
Like,
right?
is it like a secret and you're going to reveal it?
No, I don't really. Well, right now, nobody really knows my whole thing. I don't talk about my personal life too much on Instagram, right? It's not whatever. It will not be secret much longer. Like the two toy accounts are connected. They both have hearts with each other anyways. They're not connected to Kushimama, but we're going to try to bring them all, you know, kind of just do one thing together, right? So
awesome.
We shall see. But stay tuned. So yeah, it's just Kushimama Doodles Toy Report on YouTube, of course. Otherwise, yeah, just stay tuned because we're excited to start that venture. And we're going to start with a Spawn collaboration for 2023.
Oh, can't wait. That's awesome. Yeah, and check out Kushimama. She's awesome. Josh, what are we at for subs?
I think it's still 197.
197. Hey, that's awesome because when we started, we were at 191. So awesome. Thanks to everyone. I have to thank everyone in the chat. All of you were awesome. That chat was banging today, more so than any other day, and I really appreciate it. We do this for you guys. We do this because we like to have a lot of fun. We're working on a new guest. We had Grime City set up for next week. However, he had to cancel, and that's totally fine. I'm trying. He's a fellow Canadian as well. He's a fellow Canadian as well. We're trying to get a different guest, and I'm hoping he'll say yes, and stay tuned for that one because it might be a good one. Well, all of you guys, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you all next week for another episode of Kushimama. If you want to stay on after this, when I click sign off, I can't wait to see you all for another episode of Toy Talk next week. Josh, see you later, buddy. Danny, see you later. Kushimama, thanks again.
Bye, guys.